Yo, what's going on? Back with the Lenny Sports Talk show from KUHS Denver. Here in Denver, Colorado, we're at 12:21 Mountain Standard Time. I'm here with my guest, Chris Christinger, to the right. How you doing, Chris?
Hey, Lenny, how's it going?
Been a long time since we've heard from him. We skipped last week because of Thanksgiving, so it's been a couple weeks. A lot of things going on. How was your Thanksgiving?
It went well. Yeah, very well.
That's fantastic, mister. So, I did make a mistake there. The Nuggets are in action against the Washington Bullets, I was going to say. The Washington Wizards. So, they'll be playing Nene, our old center.
Formerly the Bullets, but they had to change the name because of all the violence in Washington, D.C.
Is that a true story?
That is a true story.
Holy macro, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Nuggets going to play the Washington Wizards.
Bullets. I still prefer the Bullets. I think they should change their name back to the Bullets.
The Bullets is a cool name, man, I think. I don't know why they... Well, the Wizards is a cool name, too. What about Michael Jordan changing his team name back from the Bobcats to the Hornets? I don't like that. Now they're losing their aces off.
I like the Hornets. It brings back memories of old Grandmama and the old Converse. Everybody wanted those Converse with the diamond cell little gel.
Muggsy Bogues.
He used to rock the Converse. Yeah, they all rocked the Converse.
Did Muggsy, Muggsy couldn't dunk, right? He was about 5'4", right?
He could still
5'1",
dunk,
he
though.
was actually. He could dunk at 5'1"?
Yeah, so could Spud Webb. Spud Webb was only like 5'7". Muggsy was 5'3".
Oh, really? I thought he was like 5'1". Tall as my mom. As tall as my real mama.
That is a real mama.
But yeah, the Nuggets out in Washington first, and they're on a 4-game East Coast road trip. So I tripped up there. So yeah, they'll be playing the Washington Wizards on Friday. And it's at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're not home from work yet, that's okay. They'll probably replay the game like they always do on altitude. Or if you get home and you're able to catch the fourth quarter, that'll be a wonderful thing. Watch the fourth quarter over some good dinner that your wife will be cooking you. So, how do you think they'll do on this road trip, Grissinger?
I think they'll go 500.
500? I'm a little bit more optimistic. I think the Nuggets have been playing fantastic basketball, even though they lost the other day in a heartbreaker.
They were up by, how big were they up, 15?
14, yeah. 14 points. Until, like I said earlier, the Lillard made a 4-point play on an awful defensive stand by maybe Ty Lawson or one of them.
Yeah, Damian Lillard, he caught fire where he scored like 8 points in a row or 7 points in a row.
They went on like a 12-0 run or something like that, 10-0, 12-0. So I was told, producer saying, turn up your mic. So, no, I know not me. So, can you hear us? Go ahead, Chris Christinger. Tell me how your Thanksgiving turkey was.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, sound better? So, hopefully we can hear Chris a lot better. I turned his mic up.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. Sound better? Yeah? Sound a lot better? Okay, cool. So, we're back on Denver Nuggets. We're getting their butts handed to them in the fourth quarter. They didn't score 20 points, I believe, but they finished the third quarter at, 89 points, ended up scoring 107 or something like that.
Who do you blame for the
103 they ended up with.
victory, Lenny? Is it the coach? Is it the players?
Actually, I think
game?
Ty Lawson just wore down at the end, so he was playing awful as a turnover.
Why can't he shoot free throws?
He spins them up too quick, man. Ty, you need to take 5 more seconds. All these other guys, they'll spin it behind their back. They'll bounce the ball 10 dribbles before they shoot a free throw. Remember Karl Malone? Do you remember his? Karl Malone used to sit there for like 10, 15 seconds, just sit there, look. He was like a Carlos Boozer type. Have you seen Carlos Boozer shoot free throws?
Yeah, definitely the mailman. He used to wipe his face, didn't he?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Who was it that wiped his face before every free throw?
I don't know.
He had to wipe his face 3 times.
Yeah, well, the point I'm getting at is just take your time. That's all. Take your time. He seems like he gets the ball in 2 or 3 dribbles and just spins it up. Real funny line drive free throws. I think he just needs to take a little more time. And, that was the difference in the game is free throw shooting.
I think you just need to spread your fingers and snap your wrists.
There you go.
Rotation.
We're talking fundamental basketball here on the Lenny Sports Talk show.
The ball needs rotation.
Chris Christinger, I need you to line up for wind sprints now. And I'll be setting up the cones, and I'll run my wind sprints here in a second. And then we'll go to the free throw line and shoot 100 free throws each.
That sounds like a plan.
You know what? That's what they should be doing. I hope they are. That way we can... I think we go into Washington. It'll be a close game. Maybe not.
So what's the Nuggets record at now?
9-9, 500. They were at 9-8. They should have been 10-8, but, they lost in the end there. And then they travel Sunday to Atlanta, and they take on the Atlanta Hawks, which is a good squad, 11-6 at this point. And then we go over to the Toronto Raptors. So this is a 3-game road trip as I see it on the schedule. I was right about that. But we do start in Washington, then we head over to Atlanta, then we head over to Toronto. So we play some really good East
I guess
Coast.
they can't go 500. I'm gonna have to change.
I got them 2 out of 3 at least. The Nuggets are just playing pretty good.
66%, yeah. They're gonna go 66%.
So, well, you can only pick 2 out of 3 or 1 out of 3. You think 1 out of 3? 2 out of 3 is 66%.
Yeah, 2 out of 3.
Okay, 2 out of 3. But I think Brian Shaw needs to go ahead and bring his closers back into the game with 5 minutes left. Fareed definitely needs the minutes there at the end. Like I said before, Arthur Hickson need to go in the end. So we'll see where the Nuggets go from there. They're 10th placed in the Western Conference. So let's move on to some boxing news. Mike Alvarado, Brandon Rios 3 set for January. So this is official now. Mike will be fighting at the First Bank Center. And this is make or break, I think. Couple of the fight before, I think, was similar to this one, but this one's really, really make or break with him losing 2 in a row. And the Marquez fight where he should have won that one, but he didn't put his foot on the pedal. What do you think about Mike Alvarado Rios 3 in January? Chris Christians, are you going to go?
Of course, I will be there. It's going to be very exciting. A lot of people hating on this. All these so-called boxing fans are very fickle these days. A lot of hate. People just saying that they'll never compete with the elites at 140 and 147, which may be true, but boxing's about entertainment. It's very seldom do the best fighters fight each other for political reasons or because they're just scared. So for Rios and Alvarado, kudos. They know it's going to be a war. They know what they're getting into. They're going to give the fans what they want. So I'm very excited. But all these so-called boxing fans on these blogs or what have you, saying that both are washed up and they're a fight or two away from being punch drunk and all this and that. I don't know. Boxing fans are salty these days.
Yeah.
Too much negativity.
You have a
But
lot
I'm
of
excited.
opinionation going on. Abomination, opinionation. It's all Obama's fault going on out there.
Just don't read the blogs. Because people are ridiculous.
So yeah, this is via the DenverPost.com. The first 2 fights were
I'm taking Alvarado, by the way.
bloody brawls and scheduled 12 rounds.
Alvarado just in a decision.
147 pounds. It'll air on HBO.
Is it
First Bank
147
Center.
or 140?
It's 147 pound limit.
Oh,
So welterweight.
moving up.
Yeah, moving on up. So especially if you lost, Henry Delgado, Alvarado's manager said, especially if you lost your last 2, you're going to get the money you're getting. You have to fight. So I'm not sure how much money he's getting. It doesn't say here. We'll see what happens. He's coming off the Marquez loss. Rios is coming off his disqualification win, and he lost to Pacquiao. So both these guys have.
Yeah, it wasn't even a fight
Two
against
losses.
Pacquiao. Pacquiao could have beat him with his eyes closed. But
Oh yeah, Pacquiao Algieri. I mean, that's a fight right there. It goes to show you how big of a gap there is between these. They're professional
Skill
boxers,
levels.
but they're, like amateur boxers versus seasoned vets, pretty much. And Pacquiao was just way more explosive than Algeria, in my opinion.
yeah, Algeria had no shot, and especially with the poor advice he was receiving from his corner, he needs to go ahead and fire his corner man.
This is very exciting, though. I have to say, who you got? You got Alvarado in decision.
Alvarado on a decision.
Man,
yeah,
I don't.
and,
You know what? I want to go with Alvarado, but it's things are telling me otherwise. But I'm just okay. Here we go. Here's
I
the.
didn't like the way Rios act. Yeah, he got the disqualification win against
Right.
Chavez, but he was. I don't know. His whole demeanor during that fight, he kind of
Cocky.
seemed like he was happy to have the disqualification happen, because if the fight would have continued, he was getting worn down. So yeah,
So Rios 32, 2-1. Alvarado 34-3, I believe.
losses to Provodnikov, Rios, and Marquez. So yes.
So yeah,
Alvarado
that
has
should
3 losses.
34-3 for Mile High Mike. So we'll see what happens in this next fight. Hopefully he trains good, and I'm all for the hometown guy. So we'll go Alvarado decision is
What about the bottom game?
when Smellway was in there. He wasn't Smellway to me that back then. He was actually an awesome quarter. I liked watching him. Him as a GM manager, how he just crucified Jesus Tebow was messed up. And he was a running quarterback. He just didn't stand for that. But the thing is Dan Reeves let him have his stay, Why couldn't John Elway let Tebow do his thing?
Jan Reeves, he was run on first down, run on second down, and pray that LA came up with a miracle on third down.
Okay, how about this? Joe Montana, I think he only threw for one career 30 touchdown season. The rest were under 30. And Joe Montana ran for 2 touchdowns, 2 or 3 touchdowns against the Miami Dolphins in one of those Super Bowls. I think it was the first Super Bowl he went to in the 80s, 1983, when Dan Marino was a rookie. And Dan Marino was supposed to win it all, and San Francisco ended up beating him up pretty good. And he ran for a couple touchdowns. And you know what? His running kind of reminds me of Russell Wilson. Sometimes when he comes back, he feels the rush right away. 1 second, he's up to gut running. And I remember watching Joe Montana on some of his plays where he did the same thing. So I think that pressure used to be a lot more. They used to pressure the quarterbacks. Now they drop back into zones, which really hurts my feelings. It pisses me off. They drop back into zones. Manning, Brady, they
You wanna
light
see
up
more
all these
blitzes?
Star Wars movies. Nah, man, let's not just blitz. You know what? Not linebackers, not safeties. If you're going to blitz a corner, and if you're going to load the box, just load 6 guys in the box, 6 linemen. Like they used to do. Elway would be running for his life. Schmelway. But yeah, I don't. We'll see if who picks up Mariota, and we'll see if Russell Wilson gets to 1,000 yards this year, because he's a baseball player. He knows how to slide. So I think he'll get to about. You know what? I don't know. Because sometimes he has 30 yards, sometimes he has 120 on the ground. Last week he had 35 yards on the ground, 236 through the air.
Russell Wilson will get hurt.
I doubt it.
All in due time.
So we'll see if Mark Sanchez can do something. So yeah, the Browns and the Colts. Andrew Luck travels to Cleveland, 8-4 versus 7-5. The Browns are 7-5. Hoyer, 11 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, QBR 79.9. Andrew
Not
Luck.
very good.
Andrew Luck, 34 TDs already, 11 interceptions, 4,000 yards to Brian Hoyer's 3,000 yards, 103 quarterback rating for Andrew Luck.
Pretty good.
So you think he's leading in the MVP race right now, or do you think Manning or J.J. Watt?
Definitely not J.J. Watt, because his team's not going anywhere. So
Well, they have a chance of ended up they're one of those 9-7 teams I was talking about. So if they end up 9-7,
Texans
who
ain't
knows?
going nowhere.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, 6 TDs the other day, man. What do you think about that? One to J.J. Watt after he forced the fumble. No? Ain't having J.J. Watt? You know what?
Ryan Fitzpatrick sucks.
What
I don't care
about...
if he has 8 touchdowns in
You
one
know
game,
what?
He sucks.
You know what? They should have brought in Johnny Manziel, the Texans. They should have brought in Tebow. They should draft Mariota. But, Ryan's Fitzpatrick, he's 50-50. You never know if you're going to get 6 TDs out of him or 3 to 4 interceptions a game. He's hit and miss.
I think the Broncos should get T.J. Yeldon,
Who's that?
Alabama running back.
Oh, the guy who beat, because the other guy ran for 407 or 800, something like that, and he beat LaDainian Tomlinson's record. And then this guy ran for 427, right? And so he holds the record now, or was it?
No, that wasn't T.J. Yeldon. That was another dude. Yeah, I know. You're talking about
Someone else.
Melvin Gordon for Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody came in and wiped him out.
Okay, so let's move along.
Was it T.J. Yeldon?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. But it was like, he had like 400. How the heck do you have 400 and something yards? That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So Buffalo comes here.
Did you watch Alabama Auburn?
No, I don't watch that much college football. Tell me about it.
Alabama ranked first, Auburn ranked 15th. Alabama won. Pretty good game.
How many losses did Alabama have?
Not sure. I
So
think just one.
that knocks, what's her name's out of the top 4, right?
Oh, Mississippi State?
Yeah.
I think so.
So who's going to the playoff now, man? Isn't this about to start here in a month? How are they going to do that? Are they going to do it like the bowl games? Or are they going to do it in January, like they usually play the national championship? Do it in 2 days?
Not sure when it's scheduled for.
Over the weekend. We'll see what happens with college. The only news I've heard is about Marcus Mariota because he's the new Johnny Manziel and all that crap. But yeah,
That's pretty good.
Julius Thomas practices today, so he might be back this weekend. Peyton Manning, 3,000 yards, 36 TDs, 9 interceptions. Kyle Orton coming to town, back to his team, his wonderful team. 2,000 yards, 13 TDs, 5 interceptions, QBR of 92. So C.J. Anderson, 536 yards already.
160, back-to-back 160-plus yard games.
So
pretty impressive.
The Broncos have found a Seattle Seahawks formula for winning. So Peyton Manning only 170-something yards last week. They're using their defense, they're using their field goal kicker, and they're using their running back. How about that for a completely different change of events for the Denver Broncos? I think they should probably keep using this method. Well, you know what? I think they should use this method in the playoffs. I think they won't be able to use it all the time in the regular season. Who you got in this game? Buffalo or your beloved Denver Broncos?
Take a guess.
All right, I'm going to do my 2 picks. I'm going to pick with my heart. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the Buffalo Bills win 27-24, and I'm going to pick... And then I'm going to pick my reality pick. The Broncos win 48-17. So that's my reality pick.
So you got your hater pick and your reality pick.
Yeah, I got my hater pick, and then I got my my regular Bronco pick. Yeah. So Buffalo 319 yards a game, 24th in the league. Broncos 5th with 413 yards a game.
I'm going 35-14 Broncos.
35-14? Yeah, that's a good score.
Actually, 31-14.
Yeah. Well,
31-14 Broncos.
Broncos undefeated at home this year. I don't think that's going to change against the Buffalo Bills with Kyle Orton of all people. He reminds me of Sanchez's butt fumble every time I think of Kyle Orton.
Why does he remind you of the butt fumble?
Because he's goofy and he fumbles the ball and he's just a dork that chews cud.
Is it cud or tobacco?
Cud, tobacco, same thing. So Pittsburgh travels to Cincinnati.
I got Cincinnati I'm going Cincinnati 28-24. I think it's going to be a close one.
You know what? I'm gonna go Pittsburgh on this one, and I think they moved their record to 8-4. 8-4, tied it for the AFC North. AFC North is going to be a crazy
We
battle.
need to keep track of all of our picks here so we could do a tally at the
Yeah.
end of the year.
Well, I'm filming it right here, so hopefully we can go back and. Oh yeah, we need to. You know what?
You're
Yeah,
gonna
we need to
review
do.
the footage.
Yeah, exactly. How am I going to review? Oh, there we were. Oh, okay. Let me go back. Okay, there we were. You know
Bit
what?
time
Let's start
consuming.
next week. I
You can
think.
come up with software that goes through the media
Right.
and finds picks.
Okay, I've been forgetting to do this. We need you to call in 720-386-0513 once again. The caller number is 720-386-0513. Let's do it a third time. 720-386-0513. Call in. Let us know your NFL picks for this week. We also have Tennessee Giants, who cares? St. Louis Rams, Washington, who cares? Detroit Lions, Tampa Bay, Detroit. Got Jacksonville, Houston. I got Houston. Got Houston or Jacksonville?
Houston.
Oh man, a big one. Another big one in the AFC. Baltimore and Miami.
I'm going to go with Miami in an upset. I think that's going to be my upset special.
I got Baltimore. So, Minnesota, Jets.
Minnesota and the Jets.
Yeah.
We're going to roll with the Jets.
So, Kansas City, Arizona. Kansas City is going to win this one. Arizona, you are pretenders. Just, why did you win that many games? You don't have a quarterback. Your defense is okay. You try and act like it is. You're going to... Honey Badger's out for 2 weeks, had some thumb surgery. Fitzgerald's coming back, so... No, but you're going to lose at home against KFC. You're going to get a KFC bucketed chicken for this one if you win Kansas City, because I'll personally buy it for you because we need you to win. Okay?
Who's we?
Me and Pete Carroll, man, we're buddies. Did you see Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson's little thing they did?
Lenny.
Their little Dude Perfect thing they did? It was whack.
Pete Carroll's a piece of garbage.
Pete Carroll's awesome, man. John Fox a piece of garbage.
John Fox never left a university in ruins.
He didn't leave that university in ruins. He left that university in a great state. They're doing fantastic. Yeah, they are. Sancho left. Bush left.
They have I think one bowl win since Carroll left.
Are they still under sanctions? And stuff?
They were. He left that place in ruins. He's
Oh,
a piece
boy.
of garbage.
He's a piece of garbage.
And Lenny worships
No,
him.
he's not. I hate
Everything that's
Pete
wrong
Carroll.
everything that's wrong with sports in America is what Lenny worships.
No, John Fox.
If you're a Pete Carroll
Oh,
fan,
my.
you're a fan of all that's wrong.
Okay, let's go back to the Super Bowl. You got Pete Carroll versus John Fox. What does John Fox do? Oh, I just keep throwing it short. Oh, I just keep throwing it. He sounds like that guy on King of the Hill.
Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, no, Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, the
Beavis
teacher
and-
on Beavis and Butthead. That's who he sounds like. You know what? I'm going to get that soundbite of the guy off Beavis and Butthead, their teacher, and I'm going to put him behind Fox, and I'm just going to make his voice come out of Fox. Be on the lookout for that
Be
on
on
my
the lookout.
YouTube. So, you know what? Pete Carroll, Russell Wilson, they did a Dude Perfect thing, and it wasn't that good. And you know what? Go to my YouTube channel, YouTube.com/Lenny Sunday. Check out my trick shots from a while ago, and you'll see some real trick shots. Football over the building into a hoop. So check that out if you want to see some real cool Dude Perfect stuff. So New England and San Diego. San Diego's at home.
I hate to say it, but I have to root for the Pats.
I'm going San Diego. Okay,
Of course you are.
I'm picking with my heart here. You know what? I picked San Diego to win
You're
the West,
gonna
remember?
Go for
Then they
everybody
lost
in the
4.
AFC West.
Hell yeah.
Unbelievable.
You know
And this
what?
guy's from Thornton, Colorado, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm from Thornton, Colorado.
And he does not like the Broncos.
Schmelway went and got rid of our future in Tebow, our running great quarterback.
Dude, Tebow's...
And because he was a jealous prick.
Oh, my God.
drinks too much.
Tebow's working at a car wash somewhere.
No, he's not, man. He's on Good Morning America helping kids with cancer.
Oh my god.
Hey, but
Who
you know what?
cares?
Okay, so you have the San Diego Chargers winning that one. I'm picking with my heart here.
Patriots.
28. Or let's go 35-28, San Diego Chargers. And then next up we have, I'll be picking with my reality pick. My reality pick is the Patriots going in and win 28-24. How about that? Did you see Phillip Rivers pulling back in Baltimore, man? I don't
think
even
he's
like
hurt.
Phillip Rivers.
Isn't he hurt?
No, he played.
I think there's an injury lurking somewhere.
He's a lurker.
He doesn't want to disclose his injury.
He's a disclosing lurker.
Oh, McElwain going to Florida real quick.
Yeah, McElwain. You know what, man? That's a case of
They paid $7 million
yeah, $7
pay
million.
off his contract and send him down to Florida.
Holy crap! Would you do it?
Of course.
So he's pretty much giving the middle finger to all you Coloradans who started loving the Rams. The Rams are going to be terrible again. And the Rams basketball team started 7-0, their best start in franchise history, I believe. Our best start in a while.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So, but yeah, the Rams are just some quality teams up there now, unlike they used to be. Now we have something to root for. But yeah, McElwain leaving the program. What do you think about that? 720-386-0513. Maybe we can get a call in here. Let us know if you're upset about it. Maybe he's leaving too early after 2 or 3 years here. Built up the program.
Where's the loyalty?
Where is your loyalty, man? Well, they're not paying him enough here, and he's going to a SEC school, you know. Tebow was like, "Welcome, Coach McElwain." I have to say that was pretty
Tebow's like,
corny.
I'm a virgin still.
You think he is?
I don't give a good GD.
You don't give a GMA? You don't give a good GMA, Good
I
Morning
don't give
America?
a good GMO or a friggin' MSG.
Really? You don't give a good GMO about that?
Monsanto, you are the devil.
So what do you think about a 5, 6, and 10 team coming out of the NFC South to go to the playoffs? Falcons, Green Bay on Monday.
I think that's rubbish.
It is rubbish. They should do conference. We need to get the conference in on this already.
If a 6-10 team gets into the playoffs, I hope they win the Super Bowl.
Right?
Just to prove the absurdity of it.
It's absurd, man. Stop it.
But the NFL's fixed, so that won't happen.
Yeah. They got those guys out there, those zebras out there, and they're
Whoever's the
rags.
most marketable, they'll make sure that they win.
They're a gang of zebras with rags in their pocket. So what do you
The
think?
NFL makes me sick.
So we have Avalanche doing a lot better, 9-11-5, 7th in the Central. So Avalanche aren't doing as bad as they were. They almost have their wins to losses matched up. But that's not what counts in hockey. It's points.
Are they going to win the Stanley Cup?
No. That was a quick answer, right? No. I said no.
If they win the Stanley Cup, will there be riots in the streets?
No. Oh, there's been riots here in Denver. Another school walked out today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who walked out?
I don't know, but you have these people online. Get out of the way of people who are driving in cars who have real jobs, you little snots, you little get highs.
You little tree huggers.
Yeah, but it's not even about that, man.
It's not about hugging trees in Subaru commercials.
Come on, you want... Get out of my way for this petroleum fuel that I have in my car that I'm driving this not eco-friendly car down this street that's made of oil. Everything's made of oil, and all these people are profiting off of it on the expense of the average American's back. And let's get in the way of these... We have real jobs because we're slaves.
We have real jobs.
Seriously, man, come on.
Why are they running
Let 'em
over kids
protest.
in the streets?
No, they ran over a cop, actually, some guy, because he was for the protesters, they were saying.
They ran over a cop?
Yeah, someone did. Because they were cheering on the protesters, and then they seen the cop and just ran into him. Isn't that awful?
I cannot advocate that.
I can't either. But you know what? I'm a fan of protests and free rights and or equal rights and all that. So I'm not You know, I'm not gonna hate on protest kids walking out at schools. You know, they're acting like they're get highs. A lot of these kids have backpacks and are part of the school union or the school. What was it called in high school? I don't know.
DECA.
It was DECA. But yeah, let's go ahead and conclude after we look at the Toronto Raptors 15-4, Washington Wizards 12-5, Atlanta Hawks 11-6. So the Nuggets will face the top 3 teams in the the Eastern Conference.
Wow. What
So
a stretch.
tough task, but I think they come out 2-3. So tonight,
2 and 3.
Cleveland at New York, Indiana at Portland, New Orleans at Golden State. I got the Warriors, I got Portland, and I got Cleveland. So this has been the Lenny Sports Talk Show. Don't be afraid. Go on my YouTube /Lenny Sunday. Check out all the videos. We'll have bits and parts from today's show. To my right is Chris Christinger.
Thanks for having me. A pleasure as always. Take care, folks.
Heck yeah, I'm Lenny Archuleta, KUHSdenver.com. Brought to you by Brooks Running Company, Boulder Running Company, Good Old Lumber Skateboards, and G-Wiz Computers. We will see you on Monday at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Until then, go Nuggets. Let's get this East Coast.
Go Nuggets.
Let's get this East Coast tour done.
Broncos.
Come on, guys. Go Seahawks. Y'all have a good day. Now you hear.
That was fun. I didn't fucking prepare well enough.
That's all right. I just honestly, dude, this is what helped me.
Yeah, the computer.
And then all my
I
stats.
usually have a paper. Do they even go get paper?
Yeah, no, I thought you were gonna bring one in.
Girl pissed
I'm
me
gonna
off,
start
dude.
doing it too, cause papers have all the stats all there right in your face. Where's mine? There it is. Remove.